After nearly a week, flames continue to burn in Northern California surrounding the famous wine country. Rising winds ignited the fires again Saturday, forcing hundreds more to flee their homes. RT's Natasha Sweatte is in Los Angeles with the latest. Natasha?
Well, Ashley, authorities say that roughly 100,000 people are now under evacuation orders as the wildfires in Northern California continue to burn for the 8th straight day. Now, one of the main ingredients for this disaster are the unrelenting winds. Officials estimate the winds carried smoke as far as Mexico, some 550 miles. NASA's MODIS satellite passed over California on Friday, capturing these images. Well, you can see the thick line of smoke coming from Santa Rosa into the Pacific Ocean, parallel to the northern edge of Mexico.
It was wind-driven. Wind-driven is basically powerful winds just started pushing and intensifies the fire.
Tired fire crews are working around the clock trying to contain these massive wildfires, which have burned roughly 214,000 acres.
That's a pretty astounding figure, the fact that we burned almost as much in a week that we burned all year long. So it's a fire season in a week. Resources are stretched pretty thin, but the crews are still in good spirits. This is a late season fire, and this is typically when California suffers its most devastating fires.
Devastating is an understatement for those who witness Mother Nature's violence with their own eyes, feeling the heat from the fire on their own skin.
Then the winds came up. The fire was like a fire tsunami. It was like a fireball. The winds were so fierce, so fierce.
So there's very little time. I ran in, grabbed our grandson who was staying with us, 7 years old, my wife and our 2 pug dogs, threw them in my car, and we backed out. And as we backed out, the house just went up in flames. So we were very fortunate to get out.
Authorities say at least 5,700 homes and businesses have been destroyed. And one of the bigger fires in Napa and Sonoma counties was the Tubbs fire. It's made some headway this past weekend at 36,390 acres. It's now 70% contained. An even bigger fire, the Nuns fire in Sonoma County, is at 48,627 acres and is now at 50% containment. The Redwood Valley fire in Mendocino County is now at 35,800 acres and is now 45% contained. So still a lot of work ahead for those fire crews. And authorities say that so far at least 40 people have been left dead from these fires. Now, a firefighter contract worker, he was killed in a crash early this morning. He was driving a water tanker truck, and there's no doubt that these wildfires are being called the deadliest and most destructive in California's history. Ashley.
Natasha, thank you so much for that update. Natasha Sweatte reporting in Los Angeles.